This is the hand of a person who came from extreme poverty, and became one of the very powerful persons in his country. Just by looking at the hand, it is so well structured, mounts are in good condition, and color of the palm reflects positive attitude and success in his endeavor. So many people always ask me this question: what makes or guarantees a person's life to be wealthy? You have to study the entire palm and scratch beneath the surface to answer this complex question. I cannot stress enough, it is sheer foolishness to compare your palm with another palm, or focus on individual signs alone and quickly jump to judgments, as there are so many modifiers that comes into play. Amateur or wannabe palm readers make such mistakes. That being said, Mount of Venus plays a dominant role. Mount of Venus is well developed without any defects, there is a pinkish tinge on it, lifeline is taking a nice curve, indicates his extraordinary energy level, sympathetic and warm nature, always ready to help others, and natural ability to attract people towards him. Every human being has got different energy and blood oxygen level, and it is the optimistic attitude, love for life, efficient and productive use of energy that differentiates him from the crowd. A fatigued body cannot achieve the same results, even if he or she is full of ambitions. In fact, he just takes about 4 to 5 hours of sleep. The lifeline is disturbed in the initial phase. There is a split at the beginning of fate line, indicates problematic, troublesome childhood and early separation from his parents. At the age of around 9, his parents died. He used to live in the red light area as he couldn't afford any other place, and later raised by his uncle. The feeling of hopelessness and the thing that constantly eats you from inside in the early childhood can have lasting ramifications on the entire life and cognitive skills. It is easy to dole out advice on the internet, or use metaphoric statements. Coming out of a traumatic experience is a big deal. He is also cautioned about thyroid or throat-related problems. Low-set Jupiter finger reinforces the feeling of inadequacy, issues with self-worth and emotional baggage he is bound to carry for a long period of time, even if he is perceived as very successful to the outside world. I have always found that people who have nothing to lose in their lives either become super successful, or find themselves in the darkest zones, completely lost with no signs of return. The tip of Saturn finger is bent in the presence of line in between the Saturn finger and Sun finger represents he is very clever, sharp individual who has got this rare wisdom to understand the pulse of people and deep understanding of life. It also reflects his philosophical thought process. This line is also sometimes known as education line in palmistry, although he is highly educated, scholarly person who holds many degrees including management program at Harvard. In my own experience, it is not always related to education per se. I have seen this tiny line on the hands of people who live on the streets and down on their luck. However, they are so insightful that sometimes it can change your outlook towards life. Hence it is imperative to understand that this gifted marking reaches its true potential if there are additional confirmatory indications on the hand. Knots presence at the fingers, joint headline and the lifeline in the beginning, and another knot present on the thumb suggests he carefully absorbs the situation at hand, thoroughly analyzes it, weighing different pros and cons, and takes a wise decision backed by strong reasoning. He is very alert at every step, and no one can fool such person when you combine this reading along with the mentioned markings. In addition, Mercury finger is evenly set and long. Mount of Mercury is developed, pink color at the mount, and the presence of a vertical line on it clearly suggests he is very intelligent, witty with a unique sense of humor, powerful oratory skills and a foresight. With the good development of practical zone and the presence of a straight headline, I can guarantee he will earn extraordinary wealth with the help of his problem-solving skills, shrewdness and workaholic nature. Apparently, Broad Palm facilitates him to make use of an opportunity with common sense and research-oriented brain. Little finger is thick with long first section and pointed tip indicates he can smell a rat a mile away, and accurately judge any person from head to toe just by interacting or looking at their body language for a few minutes. Try to beat around the bush with such an individual, and be ready to face the music. No wonder, this is the hand of a lawyer who turned into a politician at the later period of his life. Gap between the little finger and the sun finger and thick second section of thumb denotes he is not influenced by other people for decision-making and does not care what society will think about him. He is also quite blunt and forward person who will not hesitate to say bitter truth to someone's face, whether he or she likes it or not, a rare sign particularly on the hands of politicians who are known for their diplomacy. Headline is starting from Jupiter Mount and Mount of Jupiter is developed represents his strong desire to manage people, love or humanity, thirst for power and position right from the start. In conjunction with the well-developed Mount of Venus, he will always lend a helping hand to the poor and destitute. There was a time when he used to represent political prisoners in a court at free of cost. Whirl at the tip of the Jupiter finger along with the fire type of hand accentuates his leadership abilities, focus, magnetic personality, yearning for originality, prestige and creating his own self-identity. Squarish tip of Jupiter finger and presence of mental knot, reflects his visionary and strategic thought process. He is punctual, self-disciplined, and would expect the same type of traits working under him. A well-marked square on the Jupiter Mount along with the strong thumb, suggests he is destined to achieve authoritative and leadership position, adept enough to tackle opposition with developed upper Mount of Mars, and different way to improve his spiritual energy. He will be respected in the society and protected from his enemies from time to time. Presence of vertical lines indicates optimistic energy is spreading toward different mounts and it will assist him to expand his empire and realization of his ambitions. Broad quadrangle and gap between the index finger and the thumb on such hand denotes he is always open to learn new things, generous in nature and will try to improve and adapt himself from time to time. Lines on the Mount of Moon, fairly developed Moon Mount and developed Mount of Mercury is a sure sign of productive foreign travels, constant help from complete strangers and prudent understanding of foreign culture. It is getting reinforced by the horizontal line from Mount of Moon joining the Fate line. Some palm readers call this line as intensity line in palmistry. For example, on a fire hand it creates a vortex of emotional or physical energy that refuses to die and develops this inner urge to constantly do something. If he or she fails to find an outlet for it, it can result into restlessness and turbulence in the body that might result into health troubles like arthritis, or even substance abuse to maintain that kick to get going. To sum up, it really depends on the condition of a hand and intuition of a reader before giving a negative connotation to this line. Look at the line from the Mount of Moon joining the Fate line and Good Sun line emerges from it. Marriage line is dark and strong, Jupiter Mount and Venus Mount is developed. Clear Heart line starts from the Jupiter Mount, denotes brilliant marriage and positive influence from opposite sex, or someone unknown will change his life at the age of 35. Around the age of 44, line from the Fate line joins the Sun line. At the same time, a line from the Mercury line is also merging with the Sun line. Somebody in a very high position recognized his extraordinary talent and gave him a break in the politics. He never looked back and went on to become the vice president in the later part of his life. This event is the personification of luck. line from the heart line to the Mercury mount at the same age along with the mentioned combination reinforces brilliant financial success, recognition due to good decisions. Notice the line from the heart line cutting the sun line at the age of 47, soon after there is a formation of an island on the fate line and the heart line is also getting diminished. I can't disclose the event on this platform, but there was damage to his career for some years, to put it in a mild way. He somehow got protected by the presence of this line and a triangle formation at the age of 56. There was a change in the mental thought process at the exact time frame. He must have got more spiritual at this age. There is a formation of ladder of success after 57. With the presence of well-marked sun line in conjunction with the mounts, it promises continuous and sudden rise in stature. On the bad hand, it will not give the same positive results. This is the story of a dark horse who came out of nowhere and captured the attention and hearts of the public for decades, with sheer determination and contagious personality. Check out Rare Lucky Signs by clicking on the I button. Share this video with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe with those notifications on. As always, thanks for watching.